Join us for this episode of House Hunters. Which home will be the lucky home for our lovely Veggie family and our new surprise twins? Just kidding. Let's build a house. Hey friends, welcome back to the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. This is a challenge in The Sims 4 that was created recently by little Simsie, and the artwork was created by her good friend Rochella. Both of these are being used with permission from the original creators. We're currently on Generation Broccoli. Green. Everything is green. This is a 10 generation legacy challenge in The Sims 4, and the good thing about this challenge is it has pack substitutions because it requires a lot of packs. However, if you find that you don't have any packs or you're still missing packs, there's a base game version for each and every generation. Yep, that means you can switch each version on each generation depending on what packs you may or may not have. But enough of that. Let's get started with the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge Console Edition. Bonus episode, we're building a house. Hey guys, it's Console Gamer, and welcome back, or welcome to the channel if you're new here. Here's the house we built from scratch, from the ground up. Let's put in some codes. Let's do move objects, show hidden objects, show live hidden objects, because we're gonna get rid of this house. This is so much easier doing a voiceover instead of doing it while I play, because I can really talk to you all. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put everything we have in our inventory, or at least most of what we have in our inventory. We are not broke. We have almost 250,000 simoleons. But just because we have that doesn't mean I want to sell something to rebuy the same thing, because depreciation. You buy something for $200, the minute you go into live mode or live mode, depending on how you say that, it depreciates, and then you sell it for $160 and then you rebuy it for $200. We're just not going to be wasteful with money. So we're going to get rid of what we can, and then we're going to bulldoze everything else. This is the inspo pick that I went for. I was looking for New England coastal design with like a small hint of cottage, because Brindleton Bay is based off of New England. Hence, all the roofs have that like barnyard type style to them. But she's in nature, and I thought a cottage touch to the house would be nice. The original house I thought about building, I had to nix that idea because, you know, if you were here for the last episode, we had twins. Yep, 2 babies came right out of her. Just 2. Boop, boop, 2. Unexpectedly. And I say that as just, it's been a weird time for us in The Sims this week. But that being said, I was scrolling through pictures looking for inspiration for coastal cottages or New England style cottages, and I came upon a couple. Some were really complicated, and I didn't have enough space on this lot. And the reason we have to stay on this lot is because my business is on this lot. If I move lots, I lose the business and I have to start over. And again, if you were in the last episode, we hit our 4th star. So we're going through our goals for this generation at a decent pace, despite being single and loving it and deciding to get married. Deciding to get engaged, move in, get married, and have babies all in 10 seconds. #Sims. So yeah. So staying on this lot, house size did matter. I didn't want the twins to have to be in one room. We got quite a bit of money, and I felt like that wasn't feasible. I mean, you got all that money and they sharing a room. Be better. So as you see, we got pretty much the front of the house. I didn't find any pictures of the back. I did the best I could for a translation of that house. Of course, in Sims, as you know, like I know, literal translations tend to be quite different. It's the scale. So you do often end up taking liberties with the house, which is fine. I'm going to be honest, I absolutely absolutely love the way it came out in the end. I think it came out really nice. So yeah, I have no regrets. This was fun to build. I had a really good time once the structure got its place. You know, in Sims, the roofing is always quite tricky indeed. But thankfully, we've learned lots of tips and tricks over the years to assist with that. So yeah, you see me working on that odd New England / Brundleton type bay roof, and that's what drew me into the house. I wanted a house with that type of roof. And in the photo, they actually used the hang. They didn't pull in the eaves at the end. They actually hang over, but I didn't like that. So I just tucked them right on in. And we ended up with our roof style, which yay for us, because I was a little nervous. I don't always have success translating photos, and I usually just end up doing my own thing. But this one, I really wanted to capture the essence of that photo. And no, the house is not going to be this thin. I just like to get all the working pieces in order. And then once you expand, it's just expanding that roof a little bit and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. So yeah, but it is coming along quite nicely. It took me about 2 hours maybe to build this. Furnishing it was a little tricky. Because I feel like they're not like my Whimsy family where they wouldn't have an abundance because that's just who they are. But she's not an over consumer, you know what I mean? So she'd have stuff and she'd have like luxury items, just not a lot. This green paneling from the new businesses and hobbies was really nice. I loved it, and it made the whites pop, because initially I was going to do green windows, but I was like, green on green was too much. Then green windows with white shutters, but it was still too much. So all of my accent colors are going to be white. And I love it. I love how this house came out. Now, I have a habit of going for darker roofs. I like dark, really dark roofs, but this one, I felt like it needed a lighter color for the roof. So you see me trying to figure out how to get this roof on. And I love the color I went with. It's not one I normally use. But I had fun building this. This was nice. I miss doing shell challenges. I haven't done one in a few years. Like a few years ago, that's all I did. I didn't really play much. I just built for the love of building, because why not? And there are so many simmers out there who host shell challenges that are console friendly. The major rule being no mods, no CC, console players welcome. Like I said in my Nature's Calling video, Candidly Kayla was one. The English Simmer I've done one of hers. And it touched me that she was quite impressed. Like, she not impressed because I was on console. I think it got weird in the chat. They were like, how did you do this? And where'd you do this? Did you use a tool mod? And I was like, tool mod? No, I play on console. The whole chat was like, sorcery. But yeah, and then after that, I kind of got addicted to shell challenges. So I would just do them and submit, and I would win. Not all of them, but a significant number. And it just felt so good as a console player to be like, I did that. You can have fun, because I hear people say all the time, I could never play without mods. Oh my God, I just throw the game away. I get it. I do, because as a console player, what I wouldn't give for MC Command Center. There are only 2 mods I want that I feel like the Sims team should pay those people and put that in game. And one is the tool mod. I want to be able to resize things. Like the refrigerators, they all need to be like just slightly sized up. I have a room in my library of people who have tool modded their fridges and slightly sized them up. I'm only missing the one from Life and Death. So if you're a PC player and you have mods, would you slightly size that up and let me know so I can go download that? But Griffey's really good for sizing up her fridges to fit right into the space she creates. So I'll just download her builds and then save the fridges in a room. I also have a room full of rugs that have been modded to be slightly bigger or slightly smaller. I think that would be so helpful as a console builder. I'd also like MC Command Center. I love that they brought stories to the game, but I love the sense of MC Command Center, where in my game, everybody's just adopting horses and having kids, but then they're like, their kids don't get married, you know what I mean? With MC Command Center, if I start the game and, I don't know, Bella Goth and Mortimer are in their house, and I play for 7 generations, there will still be Goths in the game, because naturally their kids got married and had kids and did this. For me, I have to actively be their friend for them to say, hey, should I get married? Yes. Should we have kids? Yes. Or I have to unimmerse myself, go into those households and make those arrangements. So, I mean, it's gotten better, but I feel like it could be so much more. If these mods exist, it means that the technology and coding is there to make that a reality, and they just haven't. I mean, it may not be a priority for them. To them, they may think, oh, mods exist for this. Yes, they do, but you have a significant number of simmers who don't use mods. And I'm not talking just console players. There are PC players that don't use mods, either because they want a vanilla experience or their PCs can't handle it. So I wish the Sims teams would work more with modders for stuff like that. I love that they're working with CC creators and bringing that content to the game, especially in the form of kits. I love that they're working with simmers, especially those who think outside the box. And I think it started with the skin tone update. I think, and this is not fact, but this is just me. I think they went on ahead and bought that girl's mirror. I think they just bought her out, just bought her stuff. Do it. I'm not mad at you. Do it. All right, so we are now inside. Everything's taking shape. I decided to switch my fridge for the white version. Unfortunately, with these from the workshop, you can't color swap once you place it down. But because I use show hidden objects, all the fixed versions were available. So I actually fixed my green version. So that's why I felt okay downloading a fixed white and version of an oven and a stove. The game does not have a lot of dark green that I like, but it's nice. I do think they take note of legacy challenges now being color coded, and they're trying to bring more color into the game, or at least it feels that way. I don't know. But here's our little kitchen. Because remember, it is a big house, but it's not gigundous. So we are still giving cottage vibes. Our little trash can. We're gonna go for a table. Everything comes together quite nicely, if I do say so myself, and I do. We're gonna put this table down, and we're gonna go for some chairs. I'm gonna sort by green because the table is white, and I like these chairs because they fit with the green, but I find that I don't want to get caught up in using the same objects for every generation. Hear me out. Those chairs come in a really pretty orange swatch, and our orange person is dealing with horses. So I was like, you know what? We're not going to use those chairs. We'll save it for orange gen because that just makes sense, right? So yeah, we backed down. We went with this deeper green, which isn't bad because we're supposed to be dark green anyway. We're setting up the living room and I'm pulling out all the green rugs just to see what works. Keeping in my mind that I want cottagey vibes, like that rug. See that rug right there, that little bitty rug? If I size it up, it's a little too big. If I size it down, it's too small. I just want it slightly resized. But we'll get to that later. I put back the initial rug because I'm going through my inventory now, and this is stuff we brought with us. I love this rug. I never used this rug, but it fit well for this challenge, like surprisingly well. I was taken aback, and I know what you're thinking. Console, you've built a whole downstairs, but there's no bathroom, baby. Yes. I too figured that out much later in the video and have to readjust some things. Am I disappointed? Nope. But we're going through my inventory and we're taking out all the things we have so that I can make an effort to include that in the house. We're also going to put together some bedrooms up here. This side of the house would be for the twins. It is bothering me that it is imbalanced. It needs to be balanced. They're twins. Like if one was older and one was younger, then I just would have given the younger child the smaller room. But no, these rooms need to match because they're twins. So yeah, match. We've got 2 bathrooms here, one for the hall, one for the master. We've got this really big bedroom for her and Rockley. Oh yeah. Oh, I giggle every time I think about that. We're gonna add some windows and see how it goes. We'll probably replace some of these. Yeah, I do replace some of these. But for now, we're just slapping them in so that we could be consistent on where they are. I know I want to use something floral because she had that as an accent wall in her previous house. I love that one from Crystal Creations, or is it Crystal Creations? The one with the stars and the pretty, it just, it didn't fit. It didn't fit. I wanted it to fit though, but it didn't fit. And we decided to just go with this deep green. It worked. I like it. I've never used this in this swatch before because it's like nobody wants something that green, but that's the point of this challenge. It's bothering me that the roof is showing in that little spot over there. It's bothering me. I can't paint over it. I wish you could paint over it, but you can't. So we're gonna corner that off. And besides, it makes it balanced now. And we'll call it a day because you will not frustrate me. We're going to put little pieces right here just as a small separation into the kitchen. Just not major, but just because I didn't like the way the paint from the kitchen just turned green. Like there was no border. So this is our soft border. Everything's coming together. It's looking nice. We're gonna put a bed back in and we're gonna go through the rest of our paintings. Put everything up that we had before. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just trying to get everything down. Once I get everything down, I'm able to shuffle and maneuver. I love this dresser. Shuffle and maneuver everything the way I want it. We're in a house, so we need that doggone box. We're gonna put their pictures up. Not too many photos because this is Gen 1 and we don't want to break the game. We're gonna put the babies from our inventory into their proper bedrooms. Yeah, that's babies. I found that green crystal outside after a thunderstorm and I was like, you know what? We're gonna keep that. If I can find a crystal for each and every generation, I think that'd be nice. Those would be cute as little heirlooms to pass down. So yeah, we're putting everything up on our wall where everything goes. I still have not realized there's no bathroom downstairs. Now, technically, there does need to be. My grandmother owns a 2-story house, and you either go down to the basement to use the bathroom in the basement, or you go upstairs to use the bathroom upstairs. And that's been her house all her life, and it was never an inconvenience. If you had to go potty, you just went upstairs to go potty. I think modern conveniences have made it so that we need bathrooms everywhere. But in The Sims, it is convenient if I don't have to waste those steps. So we are going to put a bathroom down here. I've just got to realize I need one. I figured they can do painting outside. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that grill. We pulled out our chair. There's some paint splatter. Some of the trees that we have. That is everything for the shop is going to go over there. We've got some foliage. I love cottage living for those little tufts of grass that stick up, and it's like sporadic. And the mushrooms, because in the game, the grass is so flat. Even if you choose like a different texture, they have some 3D textures, but it's still, those little tufts give so much dimension to houses. And I love them. I really do. I search for them for almost all my houses. This is me realizing, babe, you don't have a bathroom. Yeah, where you gonna put it? I don't know. Let's make one. So I'm like, we could put one here, right? Right? And I'm like, okay. But it's like, are you really? I mean, that's what you're doing? And it's like, there you go, sis. You could have put a toilet in there and they could have washed hands in the sink, but that would have made you mad. So go ahead and make it a little bigger, which is good because the downstairs was kind of large. We did need the space for the upstairs, but the downstairs was just a little bit too big for my liking. So having that bathroom cut into a great deal of space, which actually makes me feel better. We're looking for a sofa. I love the one in the back because it looks lived in, but I love the one in the front because it feels like the style. You know what I mean? Oh, if only we could color swatch. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Take that back. Let's find us a nice green rug. See how you size that up and it's too big? But those two greens, like, they match, they pop, they work together. I love this. Not deleting the floor. I love that runner. I love this rug, but it doesn't fit with the vibes of the house. That one's not bad. And it allows me to use this sofa. All right. And then she knitted that little poof. So, I mean, poof on. You see me looking for the bottom of that fireplace thing. I love that they made this because I used to put stone down and I've layered those to make it bigger, smaller. That was a good move for us to have that in game. I'm putting down another sofa because it just needs to be balanced. It's a thing with my brain. I'm so sorry because it annoys some people. And if it's annoying you, I apologize. But I can't help my brain. I can't help it. I love this picture with the green background. It's like a nice wintry scene. It is not winter, but who cares? I'm looking for some bookshelves, something to balance the side of that fireplace. And I decided to go with white because I remembered that's our accent color. It's okay for us to get into it. We've got this space in the middle and it's bothering me. I'm going to come back to that and I'm going to fix it. We're going to put some doors on these bedrooms because, yeah, you know, people's. I'm looking for a rug for the front door. We're going to put that there for now. I'm not sure if I keep that. I think I move it, but I don't. I'm a little frustrated with the downstairs, so we're going to start working on the kiddos' room. We have a boy and a girl. As of voicing over this, I have not received any comments yet on who the heir should be. I am leaning towards one and not the other. I wasn't sure, and I really wanted the birth to just answer that question, but The Sims decided to be funny and give me one of each and leave me in the exact same position I was in before she gave birth. But we have time. But Plum seems like a very interesting, or not Plum, Lord Jesus, not so berry. Eggplant seems like a very interesting generation. The conflict, the romance counselor who does not believe in love, and in fact sets out to ruin the very lives he is putting together, or she. But yeah, I think that's very interesting. I have a friend of mine who's playing it. She just got into Orange, and she's having a fun time. So yeah, I'm very excited. I want to stay a little bit behind Simsie just in case she changes or updates rules. We have time to adjust. So I do apologize if you think I'm kind of slow walking this. I am. It is intentional though. She's doing her first playthrough, which means something could change. She may find out that, I don't know, you can't raise a horse in a penthouse. That's not a rule, and then she'll edit that rule, and if we've already gone through that and quit or got stuck, this gives us time to adjust to any rules that she's adjusting. What are you guys playing right now? Currently, I'm playing, obviously, the beginnings drama, Whimsy, very Veggie, the Nature's Calling event. But offline, I have a legacy save I have not touched for a while. Why, you ask? Because there's always a new pack coming out, and I'm like, I could put that into play right now. Because she's a teen, and I'm about to age her up to go to university, and every new pack is like, oh, that'll be fun, and I don't want her to get too old. And so she's been sitting there since last summer. I still love her. But offline, I'm currently playing a challenge my friend made, and I'm doing the test run for her to see how easy it is, if we should add anything to it, and it's been fun. It's a really cool challenge. I hope she finalizes it soon so that as we're finishing up these challenges, we can incorporate some new ones. I have a list of challenges I want to try, and hers it has made it onto the list. It's really good. I won't go into details because I don't know if she wants it out there, but when I tell you, it is kind of cool. It is kind of cool, and it definitely touches on aspects of the game that I don't normally use. All right, our house is coming together. You saw me put together our little shops on the side over there. It's nothing spectacular, but we did include a bathroom this time, so hopefully people stop peeing on my floor. It is attached to the house, but there is no entry from the shop to the house so that they stay in the designated store area. Yeah, we did a checkerboard floor with some grass and some tile because we don't have any pretty green tile, and we got our art stuff up so we can go ahead and make that happen. We'll get back in the game because painting is going to get harder now. Why, you ask? Because we have teeny tiny people. We have small humans living in our home, and someone's got to care for them. There's two. Had there been one, somebody could have just been painting while the other person focused on the littles, but no, the Sims saw fit to give us 2 lives instead of 1. So here we are, and this is our life now. So yeah, hopefully we can get it all to sort itself out and get the art going, because we're at 4 stars. We're at 4 stars. We only have to get to 5. It doesn't say you have to maintain it. It just says we have to get to 5. We're almost done with our aspiration. We just have to get that 3rd creative skill, and I think we're pretty much done. So yeah, there is no rule for how to age up your kids. So yeah, these aren't going to be babies for long. They're going to hit infant and toddlerhood rather quickly. I've learned that stretching these stages out overlaps with the parents. And yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to ease from one generation to the other. Plus, let me tell you what my friend did on hers. She had her gym moved out before. Her orange gym was moved out before Purple became, like the day Purple became an adult, orange gym moved out. She was like, I'm not playing in the eggplant costume. That bothers me. But that made sense. So yeah, I think that's hilarious. But yeah, everything's kind of coming together now. I'm sure there's a lot more we can put in the homes. And we will as we keep going, because despite all of this building, we didn't spend very much money at all. We're still at, that's $191. So, I mean, we got money. We have it to spend. Simsie didn't put a rule in about how much you can send with your heirs. So that's decent. We'll probably send a significant number when Purple does their thing. So yeah, but there is definitely room for growth to add things. As the kids get older, they'll need stuff, and we're still running the business. I think we're running it like almost at like a clearance sale. Oh, and we just bought the perk where everything can be free, so we'll be utilizing that to try to get to 5 stars. But yeah, I don't think money is going to be a problem. So yeah, I'm trying to find something for this wall, but I think I give up. I mean, there is a lot you could put here, but I'm like, maybe we'll just focus on when, as the kids age, like the first day of school artwork, or tooth fairy stuff that happens. I don't know. And yeah, we're putting up alarms because apparently, you know, thieves come in the night. Little robbers, they show up. They come to take our things, and we're not happy about it. So yeah, I did that. I'm having a hard time getting these 2 lined up, and then at one point I just say, forget it, we're okay, it's cool. And the bedrooms are empty, but we'll stock those later. I may do that off camera, because now I'm thinking I don't think I'm gonna let them be newborns very long. I think I might get my relationship up with them and then just go ahead and age them up. And since there's no guidelines or rules for them being infants, yeah, I think I'm gonna just push through that and get it together. But we'll see. But this house is giving green, very much green, and it was fun to build. I hope you had fun watching me build it. But this is a nice little break from the chaos that is this challenge, and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But this is the house. By the time this is uploaded, it will be on the gallery if you'd like to download it. So feel free to search it. My EA ID is ConsoleGameHER. But yeah, you can download it, have fun with it. It doesn't necessarily have to be for a Veggie family. All that's left is to section off the house from the store so people don't just come in and touch our things. But other than that, we're good to go. We'll start in this house in the next episode and continue on to finish this challenge. I will see you next Saturday. Bye. Connect with me on all my socials. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so that you never miss another episode. Bye, guys.